Welcome, race fans, to the Racing Roundup Show. For 39 years and counting, we are your destination for news and interviews from within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd live and in person for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey, gang, how are you? Glad to see you here on a Tuesday night. Looking forward to having you join us this evening. I have a wonderful program, and afterward, a lot of tickets to give away and other cool things to celebrate racing. We're rolling on through September with our shows. We want to welcome you again to our September 12th edition. We're live tonight at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield, across from the Milwaukee Mile. Looking forward to having you join us tonight after the show. Great giveaways on the show. Guests include Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Racing, sponsored. Bill Baylog is in the house. The North Pearl Nightmare is here, coming off a big win this weekend with the IRA Outlaw Sprints. The Twin Bills, Bill Tandetsky and Bill Preetzel, were scheduled to be on the last hole of the golf course right now, but they're already here. Guy, how are you guys? Good to see you here. Thanks for coming. The Southeast Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame golf outing was today. We sponsored that since its inception. Glad to see that our friend Dean Strom was out there and Bruce Blodgett as well, supporting it as a gold sponsor. So that was a great event this afternoon, and the boys are here to help us talk about what they learned on the golf course, if anything was truthful. And we're going to talk to them about Bill's big win. Birthday boy Bill Preetzel wins 2 races over the weekend at the Audubon in Joliet, Illinois. We'll talk to him about that. With Bob the Builder, that car is still winning races. Looking forward to talking to Bill about that. Outside, we got a beautiful dirt late model. It's got the Matco Tools symbol on the side, the 55 on the door. Joe Bongiorno is here with the crew. Mark Fermella and the team are here tonight, so if you want to come down and talk dirt late model racing, they're here to chat about what's coming up. They got 2 big races next weekend, not this, but next weekend in Illinois, and the Jim Watson Watson race at Plymouth Dirt Track. It's moved down to Plymouth Dirt Track on September 23rd. Lots to talk about with Joe and his season this year as well. This coming Sunday, September 17th, is the Hell's Corner Speedway reunion in New Berlin at the VFW post on 179th and West Bolate Road. We're going to talk to Pat Haney, the organizer of that. He brought some cool shirts to give away from last year's show. We'll talk to him all about this coming Sunday's Hales Corner Speedway annual reunion. It's back again this Sunday. We'll tell you more details as the show rolls on. We're also going to have Bill Holland joining us as well with his coverage of the Wisconsin Dells Jim Sauter Classic that was recently held. So looking forward to that as well. We have some great supporters we want you to employ with their products and services. Please help them know that you heard about them on the show and that they support us, and we want you to support them as well. We want to thank some key sponsors now, including Allied Race Recovery, Automatic Transition Design, Adams Towing, CK Contractors, LLC, and Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. They're some of our great sponsors. You can find on our website at racingroundupshow.com. We are live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield, just outside Turn 1 of the Milwaukee Mile. We'll be right back with Bill Baylog, the North Pole Nightmare, and some syrup bottles he signed already. We're giving these away after the show. We'll talk about the man who's got a sweet ride when we come back on the show. Stick around.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors. Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Hey gang, Richie Bickle here.
I want you to join us for the largest short track party at sea. Sail the Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore this coming January 7th to the 14th. Join Scott Hansen and myself and a bunch of other drivers on Bickle's Bon Voyage cruise. Enjoy unlimited craft beer, drinks, gourmet food. You might even get to race against us on the go-kart track. We'll have a special question and answer session with the racers on board. And I know it'll be a ton of fun. Escape the January winter weather. We'll see you in the Dominican Republic, Tortola, and the Bahamas, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Sail the Caribbean with us January 7th through the 14th on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Call Mark at Making Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Link for information.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938. Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program on this Tuesday evening, September 12th, a very special occasion. We have not just one appearance, but two visits now this year in our 39th season by the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Balog. Bill, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being here. This portion of the show is brought to you by Midwest Truck Series. They're back in action this coming Saturday at Jefferson Speedway. Their series is brought to you by Pathfinder Chassis and Epic Media Services. They're racing this Saturday night in the Norris Tavern State Championships. For more information on the Midwest Truck Series, visit their website, MidwestTruckSeries.com. Bill, you've got a big win this past weekend. Congratulations. 5th victory in the limited run in the IRA schedule. How was Superior and how was the Jerry Reichert Memorial at Cedar Lake treat you?
Yeah, it was really cool. Two of my favorite racetracks. They're just up there kind of where my family's from and stuff, so got to see a bunch of those.
That's not
people.
Alaska, just so you know. We're not that far north.
Yeah, there's some family up in northern Wisconsin, too, so yeah, it was my dad was there, my sister was there from Alaska, so that was neat to see them and have them hang out and watch the races. It was a long couple nights, but it was super fun. Great results. It was just a good weekend for us.
You won at Superior.
Yep.
And you finished second to Scotty Thiel, in the Jerry Richard Memorial, which is one of the bigger paydays on the schedule. But you love the track, and you love everything about that.
Yeah, it was awesome to get second place there. It rained on and off, and just with everything that was going on that night, we were lucky we got it in. So, but they stuck it out. We got it in. It was a really good race, and just proud of the team. We were up there in Anderson's maple syrup country, so it's good to have a good finish up there.
You've also made a plant visit there once already this year. There had to be a lot of people that are just kind of migrating towards what you do, so it's kind of neat you're up there more often.
Yeah, we went up there in July and toured the plant, and we got these limited edition maple syrup bottles that they had made. Really cool.
They're full yet, and we're giving these away.
We brought a few to give away. So
okay.
Yeah, haven't had a chance to see the Anderson maple syrup facility, so yeah, it was really cool to see how all that worked, and it was pretty impressive.
Your schedule's been, I'd say it's not determined. I mean, you started out the year saying I'm going to try this, try that. You got a chance to sample other racetracks and other places. Is that Anderson kind of directing that move, or you're saying I want to go race where I can be competitive and my car's ready to go?
Yeah, they're a great sponsor. They don't tell me where to go or where I need to go. I think we just try to do the best job we can for them. And we got to go to Florida for the first time, Alabama, Mississippi, early in February. So that was something I've never had the opportunity to do. So and then just also kind of staying close to home in some of these races, which is good too. So it's been probably one of the best seasons I've ever had, to be honest with you, just as far as speed-wise and all that stuff. So it's been great.
Winning against the All-Stars as well has to be just refreshing for you. I know it's a hard battle. You were out there full-time with those guys a couple of years. When they came to play at your house, you got them covered. Yeah,
we went down to Illinois and had a couple really, really good nights there. So and I wished I was that fast last year. We just got things going. We're on a new tire this year, and there's a bunch of car stuff that I get into pretty heavy. With car setup and stuff, and we just seem to be catching on to this new tire, and everything's just kind of working out. The car's just handling good. We were in one bad accident early in the spring and tore up a car, and then ever since then we've just been healthy and fast, and everything's going good.
So for those who don't know, there's a new rear tire rule. Basically, there's only a limited number of 2 different designs, right? 2 different kinds of tires you can choose from Hoosier?
There is 2, but pretty much 1.
Okay. All right.
So, but yeah, I think some cars catch on to it, and some cars, you struggle a little bit trying to
You're the
figure it out.
brainiac behind this. What challenges have you now found out and overcome because of that tire is what you have to have, more so than figuring out what you want to use on a given night?
Yeah, I think there's a whole combination of things with shocks and torsion bars, and just the suspension, wings, the way the motor runs. It's all just this complete package, and we're honestly just kind of back to what we were doing last year with tires, and it just seems to be working. So I'm not, I didn't get too crazy and get it outside the box, but yeah, it's just been going good with our car in particular, I think. So. Kind of sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't.
10-time IRA champion, the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series champion, Bill Belloc, joining us. And Bill, I got to ask you about when you traveled, and you did a lot of traveling, and there's a lot of different surfaces, a lot of different colors of dirt, a lot of different kind of textures of dirt. You're racing more regionally closer to Wisconsin now. How does that help you with predictability when it comes to, okay, I think the track's going to do this? Or I remember I was here last time, the track slicked off at this point in the feature, but then it got dewy, and then the moisture came back. All those things you take note of. How does that help you coming back to tracks that you may have raced at more than 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's constantly walking back and forth and checking, and then looking at kind of maybe how it was the year before. I keep a pretty detailed notebook, and my memory, I wish I had a better memory because I think it could really help out. But I got what I got, so I got to deal with it with pen and paper and just try to remember. But yeah, I think, like Cedar Lake and Superior, those, just based on the way the night went, we knew what it was going to do. And honestly, at Superior, we struggled up until the feature, and we just kind of had to take a swing at it and try something different. So we changed all 4 springs in the car before the feature, and it just happened to work. It was kind of lucky, but it was kind of like we knew we weren't going to be able to win that race unless we did something pretty drastic. So yeah, it was cool. It was it was an awesome night.
So when you're getting pushed by the push truck, you're like, man, I hope this works. I hope this works. This better work.
Oh yeah, that's
what did you want to have in the car that he ultimately predicted it felt good, and it obviously worked for the win?
Yeah, just comfortability, coming off the corner a little straighter. We were just a little bit wheel spinny and stuff like that. So yeah, with the sprint car, it seems like if you're not really close, at least with me, if you're not really close with the car, you go back immediately. And especially with the World of Outlaws and the All-Stars and stuff, they just send you straight to the back, and then that's it. And you got a long road ahead of you that night. So we just try to get the car as good as we can. And if you miss it a little bit, hopefully you can make up for it. But yeah, I don't know if I can, but some people can.
You do a really good job no matter where you race. It takes a lot of work and effort. When you say the we, give us an insight on who the we is. I know there's not a long list of people that help you on a given night or have you help in the shop. It's mainly you, and who else?
Dennis Gregg. He's the main guy. He's been with me for a few years now, and he's just been doing a great job. His wife has been coming to the races too, and working on the car and stuff, and she's a really good help. Hunter Custer, who races IRA, he blew up a couple motors and kind of has been taking a few weeks off, so he's been coming out and helping us too. So
good.
Yeah, pretty much me and Dennis, and we just we've been getting along great and racing good, so it's been a really fun year.
And then you got a chance to meet this rock star drummer that just shows up in July, right?
Yeah, he's
apparently a Bill Belloc fan. Tell us how this all came about. Our friend Mike with Anderson's on the marketing side said, I got something cool cooking here. I think Bill's going to enjoy hanging out with a famous rock star band drummer.
Yeah, John Wysocki, came, all the way from Nashville up here and went to the outlaw race at Wilmot. And genuinely had a good time. So
you guys ever hear the band Stained? Yeah, that guy. He came up and hung out with you guys.
Yeah, really, really neat.
Yeah. Any other fancy, famous people showing up saying, I want to see Bill Belloc? I want to get a free sample of the Pure Fuel. What's going on tonight?
Yeah, maybe every once in a while, but he's probably the biggest star we had around.
How much fun is that, knowing you've got the car to beat most nights when you're rolling around here, when you're at the All-Stars events, when you know things are clicking? That satisfaction still has to be really pleasing to you, knowing how hard you work at this to stay at this level.
Yeah, aside from a few nights here and there pushing off, you have in your mind what, how this kind of should go or what kind of shot you have at it. And I have probably a better attitude than I've ever had. So I think it helps a lot too with your confidence. But yeah, it's just been going good, and I couldn't be happier for everyone that helps us out.
I don't want to pin you down, but what do you think your schedule might include coming up? Because you do have options. You don't have to race tonight. You don't have to race tomorrow night. You want to be ready and prepared. What do you think is going to be maybe some of the things you're looking at for your schedule yet this year?
Probably stay close to home for a couple of weeks. We're thinking about Eldora Outlaw All-Star Weekend, maybe doing that in a couple of weeks. We'll just kind of see how it goes with equipment, and we're just kind of honestly just taking it 1 week at a time.
Plymouth has the A-Main Apparel Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships at Plymouth Dirt Track on September 30th. Don't know if you're racing that, but it's going to be cool. It's going to have the IRA Outlaw Sprints. It's going to have the CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, the IRA Lightning Sprints, and the MSA Plymouth 360s. That's a lot of different divisions racing that night, but it's cool. It's like championship night for everybody.
Yeah, Plymouth has always been good. I don't know. For some reason, I just really like it.
It likes you, too. You do really good there.
Yeah, it's a smaller racetrack, and it's just a lot of fun.
When it comes to different size tracks, you mentioned that tire. I want to go back to that one more time. How much can you change in a given night? Is it a lot of spring and shock now that tire is a constant now? It's not just, I have to make sure I have this compound for this kind of racetrack?
We were pretty good at Knoxville this year on the big Knoxville racetrack. We really didn't have the result at the end, but we had a couple little issues, but man, we were fast. And every racetrack takes a little different thing. So after not doing well at Knoxville many, many times, and some other racetracks, some other big racetracks, we've kind of got something kind of narrowed down and figured out with the car. And yeah, like I said, if you put your Plymouth setup in and you go to Knoxville, you're going to look like an idiot. So
yeah.
you really have to have that kind of stuff figured out. And I've had a lot of help with that, just talking to friends and some other racers and stuff like that have helped me out. But for the most part, it's been kind of me doing the crew chiefy side of it, and it's hard to drive and be the crew chief. You're fighting with yourself. So it's kind of weird. But yeah,
you ever hold two-way conversations like, we should really have done this.
Yes.
I think we should have done that. We should do this.
Yeah,
I'm kidding now, kind of. But you're always debating, aren't
you?
Oh
yeah. And you got to just once you push off, I think you got to just tell the other guy to shut up.
Visor goes down, we got to go.
Yeah.
Got to figure it out. Hey, are your boys here with you tonight?
Yeah. Dylan and Cole are sitting over there, yeah.
Hi, guys. Are they racing this year? Were they racing this year?
We haven't had a chance to get the car out this year, but we're going to probably focus on it a little bit next year, a little more.
Because I know you started racing weekly shows, and then Monday night was when Beaver Dam kart races were going on and the mini sprints and stuff. That's a lot of work.
Yes, a lot of work. Tuesdays worked a little better for me, but I think next year, we'll try to do something more with the kids in the racing.
What sport are they into now? It's school
basketball.
Starting. Basketball. That's it. Yeah. Basketball, and basketball.
Yeah.
I got a head nod out of both of them over there. Yep. Well, that's cool. How much do you know about basketball?
I know absolutely nothing.
All right.
Yeah, but I go to all the games and just try to be supportive. But I have no idea what's going on.
Who else came here with you tonight?
Just Sandra. Yep.
That's cool.
So, we missed Jim, but Sandra's here.
That's neat. And those kind of people help you though. They support you. They show up at the racetrack. They help you out. They support you at this kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Lots of support. Natalie, our social media thing has been great. I think, between her and Turn It Up Media, she does most of the content and stuff, and it's been amazing.
So we can find you on social, Bailog Racing. There's also a North Pole Nightmare movement, I think it's called. I don't know what that means exactly, but you got a lot going on, a lot of stuff going out there. A lot of people, I'm sure, from all over the world are saying, hey, I want to see that. I want to get a shirt. I want to get that cool hat I saw Bill wearing Victor Lane, that kind of stuff. It's got to be easy for you to say, yeah, I got Natalie Klemko for that. She can help you guys out.
Yeah, we got a merch trailer this year.
Yeah. Very nice.
So that's been really, really helpful at the races and stuff. So.
And you put a tail tank out there at Wilmot.
Yeah.
You had a front wing out there, I saw at one of the other races.
Yeah.
You don't need it anymore. You're done with it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once they get smacked around, we got to get rid of it anyway. So, something neat to put up in a fan's garage or something.
So when somebody wins or buys a wing panel off your souvenir trailer, is it like mandatory you have to go out and sign it for them then? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually sign it and, throw in a sticker or something.
You got some new merch coming up?
I think we're probably about wrapped up with what we're going to do this year.
All right.
But we'll kind of see into the fall what all the sponsorship looks like and what our plans are going to be, and then start working on the new T-shirts and stuff.
That's cool. I'm really glad you're here tonight to kind of give us a scope and a check-in on that. Given the opportunity, you mentioned Eldora Outlaws. You meant maybe Plymouth, maybe not. There's some other races. What triggers you to say, let's go there and try that?
Some of it's weather, but honestly, that's just kind of a last-minute thing. Mm-hmm. I think we set up a schedule early in the year, and then, it just depends on if motors are blown up, or we'd like to go to Pennsylvania a little more and stuff like that, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So, I'd really like to travel, more than I do, but it's nice to sleep in your own bed too every night, So
sure it is.
And it's been, I just bought a house and it needs a lot of work, so I need to be there a lot too. So before the snow flies.
How far is it from the shop right now?
It's still quite a ways. It's still an hour, but hopefully we can get a shop put up there, do something like that. That's kind of the plan. But if not, I have the shop out in Edgerton, and we plan on staying there for quite a while.
Sounds like a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Really glad you spent a few minutes with us, and your boys are here tonight. Hope you guys get some good food here at Polly's. How about a big hand for Bill Balog joining us tonight? Thank you, Bill.
Thanks.
The Alaskan Assassin, the North Pole Nightmare, whatever we're going to call him, a winner is what we call him, and he's been very nice to us and kind to us on the Anderson's Maple Syrup side to join us on the show a couple times. So thanks to Greg Lapine for talking to you into it, and we get some cool signed syrup to give away tonight after the show. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're talking about a reunion of a track that ended its lifespan in 2003. Hales Corners Speedway here in the Milwaukee area spent 55 years of racing. It's now time to celebrate the reunion this coming Sunday for racers and fans that attended that racetrack or grew up there on a Saturday night. Raise your hand if you were one of them. That's me. I was there almost every Saturday. Looking forward to talking to Pat Haney next about the reunion to be this Sunday in New Berlin. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest, the 54th running of the Oktoberfest Race Weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the nation converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including Super Late Models, Sportsman, and double features for the La Crosse Late Models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the Super Late Models in the popular Dick Trickle 99, a 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, it's 3 divisions, including the ASA Midwest Tour Late Models. And then it's the Big 8 Late Models battling for their season championship. Sunday we'll see the vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing. Witness challengers and champions from across the nation battle side by side. It's the 54th annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Save with a multi-day wristband. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000. American Foundation.
The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500. You see him on MAV TV's coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl, the ASA Stars National Tour, and the 500 Sprint Car Tour. The host of our show, Jim Trado.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the program. Thanks for being part of this show. We would like to thank our friends at the Rapina Group. That's the Matt Rapina and his group of realtors that can get your job done when you want to buy or sell or list or home commercial property. They are the people that can get it done for you. Choose Matt Rapina, Coldwell Banker, Home Sale Realty, and the Rapina Group. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Coldwell Banker, Home Sale Realty, and list it with the Rapina Group. The website to go to, mattrapina.com. mattrapina.com. I'd like to welcome back Adams Towing as a sponsor of our show for the remainder of the season. Adams Towing offers expert, heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing as specialists can get it done for you. They're racing supporters, too. They provide towing, flatbed, and accident recovery service. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. The number to call, Adams Towing, today, 715-344-3836. That's 715-344-3836. Tonight after the show, great giveaways. Thanks to Joe Bongiorno for bringing a couple of T-shirts and a hat. We got great stuff from a couple of great sponsors as well. We have Bill Balog's signed Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup limited edition syrup bottles from Anderson's. We've also got 2 tickets to the Dells Raceway Park, including admission to the September 22 and 23 Midwest Championship Showdown and the October 21st following 150 Alive for 5 races. Your choice. We got tickets to give away tonight for those. We also want to say we got 2 tickets for Saturday, 2 tickets for Sunday to the Rockford Speedway National Short Track Championships coming up September 29, 30, and October 1. We have die-cast racing and die-cast cars, racing T-shirts. We got some cool hats over here as well from Rockford Speedway, the last lap season. We've got some great vintage hats as well. We also have a hat signed by both of our guests from last week, Michael Bilderback and John Reynolds Jr., who won the championship at Rockford. More details on that upcoming in the short track report. We also have tickets to all 4 days of Oktoberfest race weekend. Actually, October 5, 6, 7, 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. It's a happening. We have tickets, thanks to Chuck Deary, to give away tonight. And we're going to have another set coming up on one of our remaining shows for Oktoberfest weekend at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. It's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin has a battery for every need. Interstate is a founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. It was announced earlier today that Franklin, Wisconsin's NASCAR Xfinity Series driver and friend of the show has signed an extension to stay at Junior Motorsports for another year, driving the #1 Chevy. Sam is seated 5th in the playoff standings for this Friday night's opening round of the Xfinity Series playoffs at Bristol Motor Speedway. Late this afternoon, Noah Gragson was also reinstated by NASCAR, but he doesn't have a team just yet as he resigned from his Cup ride with Legacy Motor Club, so we'll see how it shakes out, but he is cleared by NASCAR to return to racing as well. Friday night's Truck Series race at Kansas was won by Christian Eckes, who only led the final 2 laps after a 3-wide race for the lead with fellow playoffs drivers Corey Heim and Zane Smith. And with his 3rd-place finish, Matt DiBenedetto still missed the playoffs by 5 points. He and Matt Crafton are both bounced out after the elimination round of Kansas. Neenah, Wisconsin resident Ty Majeski finished 18th and moves on to the next round with his IRP playoffs victory. And if you missed the news, John Hunter Nemechek is returning to the Cup Series in the #42 Toyota next year for Legacy Auto Club on the Cup side. The news was inked by the time he dominated Saturday's Xfinity Series race at Kansas. Stratford, Wisconsin's Derek Kraus raced in that event in the Kaulig Racing #10. He raced it to 8th place. Nice job by Derek. Rhinelander's Parker Retzlaff finished 11th, and Sam Mayer was out early due to accident. In Sunday's Cup race at Kansas Speedway, Tyler Reddick's team took on 4 tires and a shot from 5th on the inside of the last restart to the lead. The power past the drivers at State Outer took 2 tires in the final stop to win. Reddick was on his first Cup race, won his first Cup race at Road America last July, if you recall. He's now on 4 races since. Kyle Larson led 4 times on Sunday at Kansas for 99 laps, and Denny Hamlin was dominant, but neither could catch Reddick once out front. Hamlin raced his second, Larson fourth behind Eric Jones, who stayed out. Joey Logano stayed out with no tire changes and hung on for fifth. It's the third time in the last 4 races at Kansas the number 45 has won a Cup race. 3 different drivers, Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, and now Tyler Reddick for 2311 Racing. Connor Mosak won his first ARCA Menard Series race of his career on Friday at Kansas Speedway in the Joe Gibbs Racing 18. Carson Quapple made his ARCA debut and finished second with his PRG team. That's Wausau natives Luke Fenhouse's team as well. Carson got to drive it. We also saw some great runs by Connor Zilich as well at Watkins Glen with that team in the ARCA Series. So good job by Carson Quapple finishing second on his ARCA debut at Kansas. Tony Breidinger became the third female to finish his highest third in an ARCA race. Frankie Munoz suffered a long day again, finished 18th. At Bristol, Josh Palicki's entered in Friday's Xfinity Series race, and 32 cars are on the ARCA entry list on Thursday night. I'll be there Thursday night with the ARCA and the Truck Series, working with Fox Sports on Thursday night. Those will be live on Fox Sports 1. We now have a chance to talk to you about what's coming up this Sunday. The 2023 Hales Corners Speedway reunion. It's happening in New Berlin. The man behind it is sitting next to me right now. Let's give a nice warm welcome to Pat Haney. Pat, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you having me.
Cool shirt you're wearing. You guys have shirts every year for this. You've got a couple that you gave us to give away tonight from last year's gig. What's in store for this coming Sunday? More shirts?
You know, this is from the Highway 100 sign.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is also on my garage wall. Outside.
The sign or the shirt?
The sign.
The real sign?
The real sign.
No way.
Yeah. People drive down 92nd Street and they look over and they pull in the driveway and they want to talk. I saw the sign.
That's neat.
Yes, it's real cool.
Yeah. This Sunday, a lot of talking's going on.
Yeah.
You decided to say, you know what, we've done the reunions every other year. Now we got to do it every year. And it's been a big, big hit.
Well, actually, I did it in 2011 and 12, and then I took 5 years off because...
That long? Okay.
Well, John lost the Rock.
Oh, yeah.
The Crystal Ridge Ski Hill.
Yep.
And I don't know how it came about, but I think I just went to the New Berlin VFW and talked to them, and they said, sure, we'll put it on. This was 2017. And it was very successful, and they were very appreciative. And I took a year off, and then I did it in 19, and I've done it every year since.
And the cool thing is it's this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's the VFW post, 17980 West Beloit Road. That's not far off the Rock Freeway, I-43, heading west out of town. You can get off, I think, at 164 or something like that, or not even that far.
Well, depending on which way you're going.
Yeah.
It's just west of Moreland Road and Beloit.
That'd be the easy way to get there. Moreland Road goes north and south from 94 to 43, hang a right on Beloit Road, the angled street before the Rock Freeway, or just
if you're
north.
Coming in from the west, National Avenue to where Beloit juts off, and there's a big tank in the front. You can't miss the place.
Well, there's going to be race cars there, too.
Well, I'm open for a lot of them.
How do we get information? I know you've been talking about this for a long time, but for those just joining us on the show, you can come and hang out, but if you have a classic car, a really cool hot rod, or a race car, can you be part of this?
Classic cars can come and go as they please. Race cars need to be there between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning so we can stage them. We find a place to park them. And the longer the trailer, the bigger the challenge. But we seem to manage. And I've got a couple of volunteers that stepped up to help park all these rigs. And it's just a great time.
Milling about, hanging out. Is there food? Is there beverage available?
Yeah, actually, if anybody's familiar with Two Brothers Restaurant down on 44th and Burnham, they've got a truck, a mobile catering deal, whatever, and they're going to be taking care of the food. And Roger Burnt and his wife Darlene are going to be doing spinning some records.
Nice. That's cool.
I think this year about noon we're going to fire these things up.
Oh, boy.
Make some racket.
Yeah.
It's something that they used to do at some of the other shows, some of the shows that John Surgis used to promote out in Hartford. It was pretty cool. And, should be a good time.
So, of the people you talk to, can you drop any names on Hales Corners heroes that may be showing up to hang out with you guys on Sunday?
You know, it's usually a surprise to me.
Okay.
I mean, I've talked to a couple of people, whether or not they're still going to go. I had a conversation with Brad Miller. And he was all on board until one of his good friends who's dying of cancer, there's a benefit for him this Sunday. So,
gotcha.
That's more important.
Yeah.
But
the neat thing is you got a lot of people coming from all over.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
like I said,
destination event.
I'm not even sure who's all coming.
All right. Well, I kind of figured there might be a few guys we've heard of, like Frank Smith showing up, and maybe Al Schill, who looks great. I just saw a picture of him hanging out in the shop watching some races. He had just had some open heart surgery.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
And I just did a Facebook post where I mentioned a bunch of names, and a couple of them are here today.
Yeah.
Just invite them all to bring their cars out.
So the Facebook page you're using for this is I'm a fan of Hales Corner Speedway, correct?
There's actually two of them. There's
Okay.
that one, and Scott started a page, Hales Corners Speedway Reunion 2023.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's easy to find.
So.
Yeah. Neat to see you got people like that helping you out.
Yeah.
What are you bringing?
I am bringing thousands of pictures.
So
I've got pictures. I've got binders from 1959 to 2003. If you raced at Hales Corners, chances are I got a picture of you. And, it's just amazing. It's always cool when a guy comes up and he goes, I know you ain't got a picture of me. And I say, yeah, what's your name? And so, and I pull one out. And,
you got to remember all this, don't you? Or do you have it written down somewhere? Or you go by the year? By the division?
I mean, I can't remember what I ate for, how many times have you heard this? Can't remember what you ate yesterday. But I can tell you a guy's sponsor and the color of the car and what kind of car it was from 1966. You give me a number and I'll rattle it all off. I don't know why.
Okay, when Joe Gress ran the 65 Chevelle number 10, it was white with a blue accent. Car number 10.
Durham Auto Salvage was on it.
Right. Who else?
I think that was before Bailing Installation, wasn't it?
That could have
Chassis Shop, I think, was on there. Butch Marendorf, I think, had something to do with that car.
Sounds about right. You raced a few times there, too.
22 years.
And you got to race one night. How many divisions did you run in one night?
Prior to the Mud Puppies, there was 3 divisions.
Okay.
That was prior to Modifieds, too. So I ran Late Model Sportsman and Hales Whale in one night.
That's pretty cool.
And they weren't the best of cars, but we did all right. I was tired. I drank a lot of beer. Afterwards.
Of course, after. And you had to wait
long. I
long.
had to throw that in.
Yeah, you had to wait really long. Hey, speaking of cool things, I know that the tree is still there. If you've not been to Hales Corner Speedway lately, it's still the Menard Speedway Center. The tree is still there. It's got its own little grass area for now. It's got its own little revered area. Some people take pictures of that. I also noticed that
Some people pee on it.
Some have helped water that tree to keep it lively. Yes. I don't know if it's still going on. But that's where everybody hung out after the races. They'd kick you out of the pits, and you had to go out somewhere to hang out. You'd go out in the gravel lot, and in the back of the parking lot was still is a big tree that's still
we
there.
talk about this is what racing's missing. When the races were over, we all used to gather out there. And if you had a problem on a racetrack, you talked it over with a beer. And there were no grudges carried over. And we talk about this all the time. The sun came up. Everybody is wasted. Have no business being behind the wheel of anything.
This is that long time ago.
And we're dragging these wrecks of trailers with our wrecks of trucks. The only thing worth anything was the race car. Dragging it down Highway 100. You got taillights dragging and mufflers dragging. And I don't know if we're driving straight or if we're bouncing off the curbs, but everybody got home safe.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of guys that got back to their homes or shops without a car because it fell off somewhere.
These are the kind of stories you can find on Sunday. We'll put names to these stories. Not tonight, though. We'll have to. You got to experience it. Hang out. And I want to also reiterate the fact that if you have a race car that's never been to Hales Corner Speedway, if you got a racing car that's a pavement car that races at Jefferson, come on out with it. They want to see a bunch of different cars, right?
Anybody's invited. And you know what? It's a great opportunity to promote yourself. There's a lot of people out there that are still interested in the sport but don't know where to go because they don't know who's racing there. Mm-hmm. And here's a perfect opportunity to be self-promoting.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Yeah. It's this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You're saying on the flyer that I'm reading off of here, legends, Hall of Famers, race cars from past and present. Any cars that are racing at Hales Corner Speedway back in the day are showing up?
2 of them, I think.
Okay.
There was one that was involved in probably the worst wreck in the history of Hales Corners. That was in 1989, what we called the pyramid crash when they were all stacking on top of each other. That one's been restored, and it was out there last year. I think it's going to be there again this year, and I think there's a sportsman. J.J. Wachowski's got a sportsman that raced in the mid-'70s, He's bringing that. And some of these modifieds that show up, the vintage modifieds, they've got history behind them, too.
I know that in the past we actually held the show back in 2011, thanks to you, at the Ski Hill, the Rock Complex now. And Bill Preetzel was kind enough to bring his wedge car out. I know Stockcar Willie Seiske had his car there. I think I saw...
That's another one. That'll be there.
Yeah. I think I saw the Rebel was sitting there in the parking lot as well.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't know what's going to show up, do you?
No.
It's going to be fun. That's the fun part.
And I don't care. I mean, I care. I want to make sure we got plenty of stuff to look at, but...
Hales Corner Speedway Reunion 2023 on Facebook, or I'm a fan of Hales Corner Speedway on Facebook. That's a great page. I like to go back, and you guys post stuff year-round there, Pat, and I want to thank you for carrying on this tradition. And we want to invite you, New Berlin VFW post this Sunday. Hales Corner Speedway Reunion goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. this Sunday, September 17th. The address is 17980 West Bolate Road, just west of Moreland Road, which is about 20 blocks east of this, so it's not that far to get to Moreland Road and hang a right and go west on Bolate Road.
You know, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. I don't know of any other track that does this, that's no longer in existence. You know, Santa Fe does a little reunion thing where 10 people show up. I don't know of any other track that does this. My attitude is I never want the place to die.
Yeah.
It'll live on forever.
Well, thanks for doing everything you can to make sure that happens. It's a lot of fun. Let's give it a hand for Pat Haney. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Appreciate it for coming down.
See you all Sunday.
You bet. See you there Sunday. It's going to happen. Hales Corner Speedway Union going on there. We've got a couple more drivers to talk to, Bill Preetzel and Bill Tandetsky. We also are going to talk to the driver of that shiny 55 outside. Looks like it's just ready to go racing. He's itching to go racing. He's got a week to wait, though. September 23rd, 22nd. Those are the next races for our next guest. The dirt late model driver, Joe Bongiorno, is next on the show. Stick around. We're live at Paulie's Pub and Eatery tonight. Come on down and join the racing crowd if you got a chance.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson's Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
And welcome back to our Tuesday, September 12th edition. Just two more shows after this one, so if you've not had a chance to join the racing crowd, tonight will be a great night, or we have two more Tuesdays here at Paulie's to wrap up our 39th season of the program. Thanks to great sponsors. We continue this program and talk about all things racing. This portion of the show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts and E-Bikes in Random Lake. Check out the new Icon e-bikes that go as far as 30 miles between charges and up to 25 miles per hour in speed. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. It's time for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report for camera and alarm systems for your home or business, programmed card access and gun safes. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online to bonafidesafe.com. They protect what you value. CK Contractors, LLC.com brings us the CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, for lot grading, excavation and grading, retention pond building, and more. Congrats to Wilmot Speedway repeat champions Clayton Rossman and the CK Contractors Wisconsin Wingless Sprints. The driver celebrated his 18th birthday by winning the championship on Saturday night. IRA Lightning Sprints champ Mark Heinert was also a repeat winner, and Rob Mullen Street Stocks. Joel Siegert of Shorewagon, that's Gordy Siegert Jr.'s son, bagged his first modified championship this Saturday night. There's Bandits title up for grabs, plus non-points for winged and non-winged 604 sprints and modifieds. Past wingless champions Jimmy Sivia and CK Contractors owners Chris Klemsko finished first and fourth in a wild CK Contractors Wisconsin wingless sprints feature on Saturday night. Congrats to Jimmy Sivia on the win. Congrats again to Chris Carlson for winning a week ago in the modified owned by Gary Bohr. Actually, this one right here. This number 11 modified that Bart Siebert drives. He actually got in it and won the feature last Saturday. And wouldn't you know, Bart had a great night this past Saturday in that same ride. He actually finished third in the feature behind Steve Miller and Scott Corbridge. So congrats to that team and those guys for their top three finishes. Rockford Speedway's NASCAR Champions Night featured Bobby Wilberg winning the final late model feature. And last week's show guest John Reynolds, driver X, securing another division championship. This Saturday night is the night of thrills at Rockford with a 10-division national short track championship set for September 29, 30, and October 1. We have tickets to Saturday and Sunday for you here tonight after the show. So come on down and join us at Paulie's. Recent show guest Mike Litchfeld won again Saturday night in the UMA Pro late model feature action at Dells Raceway Park. Dash winner Nick Nolden ran second in the 21-car feature field. Next week's show guest, Brett Wakawiash, I'm sorry, Waka, it's a Polish name. I'll get it right, I promise. I put it down here phonetically. I think I'm right. Wakawiash was the modified feature winner over quick qualifier Weston Marthaler. Chris Weber of Cashton, Wisconsin earned the sportsman feature win. Dustin McCracken was second in time and second in his heat before he won the six-shooters feature. Stephen Ecker of Montello raced from 12th to win the Bandits feature at the Dells. Next up at the 7-division Midwest Championship Showdown on Friday and Saturday, September 22nd and 23rd. That's not this weekend, but next weekend. And thanks to track owner Jerry Aubie, you can win tickets. I have them right here to see the Midwest Championship Showdown races at Dells Raceway Park. Two racers that appeared on our show this season had success on Sunday at Slinger Super Speedway. Zach Prunty won his first Slinger Pro late model feature, while Jesse Bernhagen was crowned the track champion. Mike Held ran a close second in the feature and claimed after, quote, "I think I'm the only driver to ever race against all the Prunties." That's a lot of Prunties. And he said, "I was super proud of Zach today because this is a big win and they needed it," end quote. Jesse Bernhagen's brother Drew finished third in the feature. Jesse won the championship. He whacked the shoes cone and actually caused enough damage he had to pull out the racetrack. He's like, man, I can't finish the race. A lot of damage, but he had the title in hand. Two more first-time feature winners rolled into victory lane Sunday at Slinger. Congrats to Mason Wilcott and Slinger Bees and Vincent Young in Modifieds. Michael Rose, our guest on the D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow we had at the Cellar in Oak Creek earlier this summer. Back in May on Oak Creek Automotive Night, won the American Super Cups feature. And Bill Shavlik won the figure eight race and the season championship there. We talked to Bill Baylock tonight about his run to a victory Friday night at Superior, Wisconsin at the Northern Nationals. On Saturday night, Scotty Thiel won the Jerry Richard Memorial over Baylock and Schleifer Auto Body owner Danny Schleifer at Cedar Lake Speedway. This Saturday is the first Saturday night show ever at the IRA Outlaw Sprints will be putting on at 141 Speedway in Francis Creek. That should be a great show. It was championship night Saturday at Jefferson Speedway. Congrats to Jason Erickson on his track championship in late models. Robbie Rux is the hobby stock champ. Weston Street Z was the international title, and Trent Ruth was the Bandits champ at Jefferson. I was on the call Saturday night from Lorraine Raceway Park in Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, for the 500 Sprint Car Tour race. Kyle O'Gara of Indiana sped off from the field to win his second race of the season in non-wing pavement sprint cars. Tyler Rohrig regained the point lead by passing Cody Swanson on the last lap for third place. He now has a 3-point lead heading into their next couple of races, Anderson Speedway and IRP on October 14th, where I'll be hanging out with the MAV crowd. Will decide their championship. Congrats to Hudson O'Neill for his big World 100 Dirt Late Model victory after a spirited battle with Jonathan Davenport at Eldora on Saturday night. Dale McDowell raced from deep in the field to third. After a trip through Texas and Arkansas over the weekend, Justin Grant took over the USAC point lead in the sprint car division, national sprints, over Brady Bacon. Brady won Friday night at Devil's Bowl, but had an issue on Sunday. They rushed out Saturday at Devil's Bowl. Sunday, they raced at Texarkana. Bacon crashed while racing in third and limped home to a 15th-place finish. The race was won by Matt Westfall, and that gave Grant the point lead for the first time this season. There are street drags this Thursday night on the front stretch of Madison International Speedway. Where to find out more info? misracing.com. That's our website to check out. This weekend, I'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway on Thursday night for the ARCA and Truck Series. Friday, I travel to Toledo Speedway. The big ASA Stars Glass City 200 is Saturday night. It's going to be a great event. That'll be streamed live on Racing America, MidwestTour.tv, and TrackTV.com. Then I'm heading off Sunday for MAV TV's live presentation of the 73rd annual Race of Champions, Lucas Oil Race of Champions at the Lake Erie Speedway. That's the big old honkin' modified, touring type modifieds on Sunday in their big race, the biggest race of the year in Lake Erie Speedway in Northeast Pennsylvania. So that'll be kind of fun. That'll take my weekend of what's going on. We're now going to check in with a driver who's hanging out with us, and he is the center of attention at our Anderson's Maple Syrup Spotlight night tonight. It's the Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight. They're proud sponsors and supporters of Wisconsin racers Bill Balog and Jason Gross. Try Anderson's in your coffee or tea or on top of your oatmeal or in your ice cream, and you'll like it. You'll love it. Take it with you with Pure Fuel, Maple Energy on the go. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer, andersonsmaplesyrup.com. Anderson's pure quality since 1928. This week's Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight shines on the driver, that number 55 outside, sitting next to me inside, Paulie's. Let's give a big hand for Joe Bongiorno. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I just did a lot of talking. Now it's your turn. What's it been like this year hanging out with these guys in a one-car team effort here, racing for the Dirt Kings?
It's been awesome following the whole Dirt Kings tour, going to a bunch of different cool tracks. Got to go up to Deer Creek and Mississippi Thunder a couple years ago. A couple weeks ago. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
Some great facilities up there. Some really good competitors we got to race against. We've also been following the Super 6 series at Plymouth this year. We got six good races in there.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to Chad Marquardt and Greg Wester for all the stuff they did to put on those races out there.
They really did a lot because the 6 races they said, hey, if we're running dirt late models, we got to have something go on that's special to make it special for you guys. And they said, we're going to step up. Not just the Scheffler race, but now we're going to do something every one of those 6 races that you guys get to run at Plymouth.
Right, yeah. They really stepped up, like you said. Got a lot of sponsors behind it and cool prizes for us. So that's awesome for the drivers and teams for them to give back like that. And, we put on some good shows for them.
And that's been your home track, so to speak, right? That's where you probably raced that more as you got into dirt late models all the time?
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like now that there were just 6 races? That just increases the intensity, I'm guessing.
Exactly, yeah. And there was bigger money on the line, so a lot more guys coming, stiffer competition. So, yeah, it made for good racing, like I said. And we didn't do as good as we did last year out there at Plymouth, but we learned some stuff and looking forward to next season.
And the season's not over yet for you guys. Where are you racing yet this year?
No. We have Sycamore on Friday the 22nd and Plymouth the next night for the
Watson.
the Wildman Watson Classic.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that a lot. That event has been at Wellmont the last couple of years, but now being at Plymouth, by the track we got some more experience at, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Big time. Joe Bongiorno hanging out with us. And last evening, I got a chance to go with my Father's Day gift from my daughter to the Milwaukee Brewers game. It was 9/11. It certainly paid homage to the folks that were affected and are still affected by what happened in New York City 22 years ago. But also your dad's a 30-year member in the fire service, so your dad and your mom were at the game last night. I didn't see them. They saw me. And we're chatting during the pregame, and it was really neat to see them there. But they also talked to me about how it's been this year with you guys and your team racing at some really stiff competition. Like it seemed like everybody just showed up and wanted to race with you guys every time you got a chance to run. Dirt Kings and at Plymouth.
Yeah, exactly. Like we said with the Super 6 Series at Plymouth, that kind of jacked things up there.
Yeah.
And then following the whole Dirt Kings tour, heading out west to tracks like Red Cedar Speedway, Deer Creek, Mississippi Thunder. You get to race against a lot of those Wissota guys out there that some of them have a lot of experience. And yeah, it's definitely a different level of competition.
All right, let's talk about one of the highlights of your season this year. It didn't end the way you wanted it to, but you said you were cooking. They said you were really flying through the field at Outagamie County.
Yeah, this last Saturday at the Fall Brawl, we had a pretty good run going in the feature. Had to start shotgun on the field, but had a good 8 laps going until we got a flat tire. Had to avoid a wreck in front of us. Got some sheet metal bent up, and eventually cut our left rear tire down on the caution lap, which ended our night.
Bummer.
But yeah, we have advanced a good number of spots there in the first couple laps on the green flag run. So
that's got to feel good. Had a couple more cracks at it, back-to-back nights next weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So looking forward to get back at it with the Dirt Kings Tour. Hopefully can get some good momentum out of that and carry on.
And, Joe, when it comes to balance, you've got a full-time job. Congrats again on being a full-on journeyman now, right?
Yeah.
That's big. That's big time. Balancing the job, work life, hanging out with Mike Formell and the gang. I mean, it's got to be a lot of fun, but a lot of work too, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely a lot of work, but the group we have here, it's hard not to have fun. With guys like Goober, my buddy Chris, my dad, Mike Formella. I mean, they're all fun guys. So it's like, we're always joking around, having fun. And it's never not a good time with them. So blessed to be able to be a part of this group and just be the one behind the wheel, turning the wheel and, having all the fun.
Give us some insights, Joe. When you get to the racetrack, are you driving by yourself? Are you in the hauler? Does Mike and Goober always drive the hauler to the track? Give us some insights on how you guys roll down the road to all these different races.
So usually it's Mike Formella driving the truck to the track. Usually, or lately, it's been Mike and Rachel and me and my dad riding out there.
Okay.
Always have a good fan base in the stands. Usually, my mom and my grandpa. Usually, some of my aunts and cousins as well.
Your aunts are loud, just so you know. You
yeah.
know when Joe's on the racetrack because your aunts make sure they know that you know that they're there.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd you bring tonight?
Tonight we got my mom and dad, my grandpa, car owners, Mike and Rachel, Goober, his wife Jane, who's also always at the races as well. We got sponsors CNS Transportation, Steve and Chris.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
A lot of people. I see a lot of decals on your car as well. Some have real special meanings. Some are paying sponsors, and I see the big Matco Tools symbol on the side. I'm guessing Mike Formella's Matco Tools distributorship has something to do with the fun you continue to have.
Yeah, of course. Proud to have the Matco logo displayed large on the car. So, yeah, Matco Tools, proud sponsor. We also got Conway Shields, Steel Tank Brewing, CNS Transportation, and Jess Full Electric.
There's a lot of other stickers on there, as I mentioned. There's the Dirt Kings Tour sticker. That's kind of cool. Are those contingency stickers that are going to pay you big money at the year end?
Hopefully, yeah. Dirt Kings does a great job of having a lot of contingencies that they do with their program. A lot of great sponsors that follow them, and usually we get lucky at the banquet every year and get a couple good prizes.
And that's at season's end. Are you going to do more than these 2 races coming up, or are you guys going to say we got what we got?
We're that's good? Probably going to be it after these next 2. And then we'll probably start working on rebuilding for next season.
And that means you're going to spend as much time now or during the season probably as you will in the off season, right? I mean, maybe one less day a week kind of thing?
Maybe. But, yeah, we're going to stay pretty busy. Mike keeps us pretty busy down there.
That's a good thing.
On Electric Avenue.
and it's got a nice, clean look to it now. I know that we got your helmet here. That's not so clean. Thanks for shining the car up tonight. And I asked you to bring the helmet. I really enjoy the fact that you're letting us give it away tonight after the show as well.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't clean it. No, it has a more authentic look to it.
Your dad just said we're not giving the helmet away.
No, we're not giving the helmet away.
No. Okay, just checking. But it's kind of cool. I want that stand by Jim Wertz and J2 Woodworks is there for a reason. We got a bunch of cool names on it, and I said, man, if you're gonna build something out of wood, make sure we can put a helmet on there on occasion. So I'm really glad you were able to bring it with there's probably still some good tear-outs on there yet.
There's a couple. Probably peel the top one off, and there's maybe a couple off.
Hot laps, maybe you'll use that.
Yeah, right.
Pop it. Mm-hmm. You ever clean them off, or you just throw them away?
We tried that, but now, we just throw them away now.
Yeah, because you got to see, and especially the speeds you guys are going, man.
That's important.
So, do you guys do a big slick down of the car when you go out the hot lap? Because it's usually a heavier racetrack. Do you spray it with stuff?
Oh yeah, we have been spraying it. We're actually sponsored by some stuff called Chief's Choice this year.
All right.
Make different cleaners that mainly is used in the fire department, but we found a good use for it on the race car as well.
Less mud to pick if it falls off, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they make an Armor All type product that we've been using, and it's been working pretty well on the nose.
Nice, very cool.
So.
Well, we got a couple more races. Sycamore Speedway in Illinois on September 22nd, Friday night. Saturday night, the big Jim Watson, Wildman Watson races at Plymouth Dirt Track on Saturday night, September 23rd. We wish you well at your home track, man. Thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
But for Joe, buongiorno, everybody. Thank you, Joe, for coming. Bringing on some couple of T-shirts as well and a hat we're going to give away after the show. This one right here, you can sign it if you want it. It's always good to have Joe and the family here at the show. It's been a long-time tradition, and glad to see you here. And best of luck for the next couple of races to come on his schedule with the Dirt Kings Tour. We're coming right back. We're talking about Bill Holland in the groove. We also have a couple of twin Bills, more Bills. We had Bill Balog on earlier. Bill Preetzel and Bill Tandetsky are on the show here in a little while as well. So stick around. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Delansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 in Lincoln and West Dallas.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our September 12th edition here. Just a couple of more Tuesdays to join us in the racing crowd. A lot of great giveaways after this show. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to bring it on and bring it heavy. We're bringing the heat tonight thanks to our friends at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon. They have 4 generations of racers since 1974, able to work with you and all insurance companies on your repair of your daily driver, your fleet of work trucks, the pickup truck you just bought that has a couple of dings in it, that classic car you want to get restored from the ground up, they can do that too. Search Schleifer Auto Body on Facebook and see some of their award-winning work right there, or go to their joint on in Lannon. Schleifer Auto Body and Sales, worth the trip, and that's a great family to have us support our show, but also they're a bunch of racers, and we want to support them as well. Right now we're talking to a couple of guys who have been in racing for a couple of years as teammates. Let's bring in Bill Tandetsky and Bill Prietzel. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
The Twin Bills are back. Lots going on, guys.
Always.
You were golfing today. How'd the golf game go, Bill?
Always good.
Did you hit them? Did you hit the balls?
Oh, yeah.
Did you lose any balls?
Nope. I came up with 2 extra ones.
Hey, that's a win. So the Southeast Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame golf outing was today. I don't know what hole we sponsor. We just say, yep, we're going to sponsor a hole every year. I don't know if you did anything cool on that hole or not.
I think you were 15.
Okay. All right.
So,
yeah.
Didn't lose a ball. That's
hole
a
15.
good thing.
Good. Did you go as well today, Bill?
I didn't golf, but I went to the...
All right. Did they let you ride on the golf cart like our friend Dean Strom and just be like a big cheese?
No.
Oh.
I was nobody.
All right. Well, you hung out. Did you go with Jan?
I took her along.
See, you got to a fancy eating joint. You got to a golf course, a new golf course you haven't been to yet.
Well, she was happy because they had silverware instead of plastic forks.
Right.
So I told her I took her out to fine dining.
And not just the plastic silverware that looks like China, right? Not the silver shiny
Oh, no,
plastic
it was
ones.
real metal.
Real.
Yeah,
Wow.
real metal.
Tink, tink, tink. You had to make sure you checked. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It supports a great bunch of people, and you guys have been racing a long time. And it's kind of fun. I'm guessing you guys saw some people you haven't seen in a while there.
Every year you see some people that it's really good to see them because you don't see people so much anymore, especially being, we're both from Hales Corners originally, and you just don't see those people anymore. We saw some people today I haven't seen in years, which is really neat.
Yeah. Diamond Bill Tandetsky also admitted before he came on the show that our friend Dean Strom talked you into buying something at the auction today at the golf course. What are your newest collection includes what now?
Oh, I have a new Rusty Wallace 1990 to whenever he quit print.
Wow.
He coerced me into getting off my wallet and buy it, or actually bid on it, and I was hoping that somebody was going to outbid me, but of course it just stopped.
So Dean talked you out of money. Was he a good guy to talk people out of money?
He did an excellent job. He's also a pastor now. He's doing weddings. So if you need to get wedding, you just talk to Dean. He can help you out.
I'm still married to my first wife.
I'm good really? There. Well, that's a good thing.
I'm good there. Yep. Bill, you still married to your first wife?
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be real hard to get along with another one now.
She's a saint. Let's put it that way, right?
You bet. Absolutely.
Yeah. When it comes to racing, you guys have been teammates. We've had you guys on with your race cars here. You were in the UMA Asphalt Modifieds together this season. How'd things go for you guys?
Well, I've only ran about half the races at the Dells.
Okay.
We've been top 5 every night we've been there. Got 1 second, a couple thirds, but have not won yet. Hopefully this weekend or next weekend, hopefully we can pull 1 or 2 of them off.
Midwest Championship Showdown actually has modifieds on both days, Friday and Saturday.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And Bill Tandetsky, how has your season been as a driving machine?
Well, I've run twice, and I was in the top 10 both times. I think I had a 5th and a 7th or something, but I'm building a new shop, so I've been awful busy this summer, so I didn't really get to race a whole lot. But we'll be at the showdown for both days. And
this is the first chance we had a chance to say thank you for bringing your showpiece. You also have a very cool custom car that you had here on display a couple weeks. What exactly do you roll down the road with these days when you go hang out some cool people?
Well, that's it's a 59 Suburban that was actually chopped and channeled, and it's got a 327 with a 671 blower under the hood. So it's kind of a unique car. It came from New Mexico. A gentleman who built it tragically died in a tree cutting accident, and his daughter didn't want it, so we ended up buying it and went down there and got it and brought it back. So it is a unique kind of car, kind of just a toy. That's
beautiful.
All.
It's a showpiece, really. I'm glad you get to drive it too.
We do.
Yeah. Bill, what kind of toys do you still have now that you're no longer an employee or owner of a quality auto repair in West Dallas? You are now a happy land lease guy, spending all sorts of time, right?
Still recovering from earlier this year, but I don't have any real play toys outside of the race cars.
Well, you did okay on this past weekend. Let's brag a bit. Bill Prietzel raced at the Autobahn in Joliet, Illinois. He's got an old ASA car that David Stremme drove. It was called Bob the Builder by the team at the time. It was the Meyer number 11. You may not remember it. I do, like it was yesterday. And you bought that ASA car, and you've been road racing it with since.
I have been. I bought it in 05 when ASA stopped being, and those cars were real cheap. And it's certainly not a perfect road race car, but I converted it as best I could. And we've had a lot of good luck with it, and it's just fun to go play. We go play, and you race with a whole bunch of different people and different classes. And last weekend we got lucky enough to win the overall group both days. Saturday, the two rabbits both broke, so we ended up winning. And Sunday, we were fast in the morning, and we won in the afternoon, so it was a good weekend.
So in 2005, I saw the GTA category, which you're still in, correct?
Correct.
That car is classified as a GTA in road racing. I actually saw them compete at Denver Grand Prix on the streets there in a Trans Am class.
Sure.
And Butch Miller actually was driving one of them.
Yep.
But it was an old ASA car in 2005. You're still getting to do that now. What kind of cars do you race against like you did this past weekend at the Autobahn?
Well, there were a couple almost brand new GT2 cars there, which are the Howe chassis cars. Rick Dittman was there with his GT1 car. He had trouble. And, the group, there's probably 10 different classes in a group.
Okay.
And one guy had a Camaro there that really had a stout motor, and he handled really well on the straightaways. So
I've heard that before.
He was fun to race with. He was about a second and a half lap slower than we were, but very competitive. And I had trouble right at the end of the race on Sunday. Something broke in the car. We did limp at home finish. I had about a 20-second lead and ended up winning by just over 2 seconds. So we broke near the end, but limped it around. So still a good weekend.
So when it comes to parts and that kind of stuff, your car is literally a 2004 ready-to-race ASA car. You've now modified a number of times to make sure you can still compete as a road racing car.
Correct. I haven't really changed much on it since we made it roadworthy as far as road racing. I ran that car the complete 2011 Trans Am season as a TA2 car, and we were at Sebring and most part and Three Rivers in Canada. And really haven't changed a thing on it since then. Since then, though, GT2 has become much, much more expensive and much fancier than what I've got. So we weren't no longer competitive, and that car isn't even allowed to race with GT2 anymore. But I can race SCCA in the GT2 class if I want to. But we're outplayed there. So we just go play with SCCA and have fun.
So this weekend, speaking of that, is the huge Aaron's Art on Wheels weekend at Road America. It's a wonderful vintage weekend. If you want to go up and see the leaves change and see some really cool race cars, that would be a great weekend to do that. You get to hang around with those kind of folks, Bill, as well as being a short tracker all these years. It's kind of neat. Yet you get the chance to go to these places. When was the Autobahn put in your schedule that you did so well at this past weekend?
Well, I saw that during the year that SCCA scheduled it. Jan and I talk a lot about it. I mean, I started at Hales Corners on the dirt. And we had some success on the dirt, and then went Mid-Am racing and did some pavement circle track racing. We had some luck there, and got this road race car, and we've had some luck there. So I've been blessed to have luck in 3 different disciples of racing, and have met just thousands of good people over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, become friends with people from all 3 groups of racing, and it's just a neat deal. And Bill got his feet wet once, too, with one of my cars. So,
how'd that go, Bill?
It went great.
Yeah.
I got all the spins out of it for Jan.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just kept... She's saying something over there. Can you understand?
Oh, I left one in there for her.
Oh, she's okay. Yeah. Hey, you may not realize, but Jan was a mighty good driver back in the day, and she probably could still kick some tail, given the chance. She wasn't just powder puffing. She was racing.
Well, we were lucky enough in 2009 or 2010, I don't remember which year it was, that Mid-Am ran at Road America in October during the cancer run walk deal that Road America used to put on. And they allowed crew guys and people to take the cars out for a while. And Bill took both of mine out, and he spun them both. So,
Only one. Only the GT car.
Only one?
Only one.
I thought it was both. Darn.
Where do you get the reputation, Bill? I don't know.
I hit everything but the water truck and the ambulance, but I was okay.
Hey, so with the new shop going up, how big is it? Is it big enough? Because apparently I'm told if you build a shop, you better build it really big because it's going to be filled up and you're going to be out of room.
Well, it's
how big are you building it?
5,200 square feet.
Okay.
So just enough to put the tractor in there and the lawnmower and maybe a car or two.
Maybe a lift.
Maybe
the hauler.
Maybe. Motorhome, maybe.
Yeah.
We're thinking about getting horses, maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Heated
no.
floors? Heated
No.
floors? Insulation? What are you thinking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air conditioning,
Air
too.
conditioning. I was just going to get to that.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do that.
Yeah, we got to put the air in there.
So you're not done racing yet?
Well, when Bill's done, I'm done.
Oh, boy.
So as long as he keeps racing, I'll keep
We got
racing.
15 more years then. You got to figure
Well,
out what to do in that
whatever.
shop.
It's as long as Jan keeps paying, we'll keep racing.
She just tuned out on that. I don't think she
We're
heard
trying
you
to get
say
her
that.
to buy us a stacker now so we could all ride together because she loves us so much. She likes when we are
Really?
all together. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. I know you guys like to hang out together at the track. I don't know about driving home, though.
Oh, yeah. She loves that.
You need to put her on here once. You
Yeah.
hear a little
Yeah.
different story.
I think we're getting closer. We're getting closer to that by the minute, actually.
No, it's been a pleasure racing with Bill and Gary and Mike Padzine, and Sue comes along and Terry's there. It's really been an experience to say the least.
But it just sounds like
it's
a ton
lot
of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
As much as a work it is to get off of work, get there on time, get in the shop, get it ready.
Yep.
There's a lot going on for the last 30, 40, 50 years for you.
I got 51 in.
Birthday on Friday. You win races on Saturday and Sunday. I'd say that's a pretty good weekend thus far.
That's a good weekend.
Yeah.
For a nice birthday present.
Yeah. Any more racing yet this year for either Bill?
We're going to do the showdown. We'll both be at the showdown for
Good.
both days. So
Great.
we get to race the loser race because neither one of us have won a feature there
They're
yet
called
this year.
non-winners
I'm
races.
sorry.
Bill.
We
not
is
yet
the
to win this
the
year
big
yet.
L.
Well, I was the first loser one night this year.
Were you really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Finished second.
Yeah.
Ain't first to last. I think that's the phrase that we
You know
now
what?
hear.
But nobody remembers who finished the second, so
No.
it doesn't really matter.
I do.
Oh,
I do. But you might win this coming.
Well,
you
we're
might
going
have
to
two
try.
shots.
We're going to try. We got 2 times to try.
Well, you have like 3 then, right? You have a non-winners race, and then you run a feature.
Correct.
2 both nights. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we got
All
three chances to win.
And then I'm going to go to lacrosse and with the Mid-Am car for sure, and I'll probably take the modified for the crate race on Sunday.
That's it. That's anybody's got a 602 can run it, no matter what division you have.
Anything with a 602 in the
Yeah.
can run.
I was thinking about getting Bill's sprint car and putting that in there.
Yeah, he might have a bigger engine than. Well, then again,
it's 602, so he can show up with a 602 and he could run.
I guess he could. Yeah,
But the minimum weight I think is what 2,700 or something. I think
2,500.
I think we'd have to put a
You'd
lot
have
of
to
lead
add
in
about
that thing.
1,100 pounds.
Yeah,
or
we'd
so.
have to put a lot of lead in that thing to get him.
I think they'd frown upon that the next year, though.
Wouldn't that be fun though?
Oh, it would
Oh,
be
it would be.
exciting.
Oh my!
It would be exciting.
Oh my! I get to go to see some ground pounding modifieds this Sunday, like the tour type modifieds, the Race of Champions at Lake Erie Speedway. I can't tell you how much fun that's going to be.
Yep.
You guys must have a ball racing those modifieds.
Oh yeah,
It's fun.
at Dell's and elsewhere.
You know, there's a few young runners that are very, very good. Weston Marthaler obviously comes to mind. The guy is really good. He's young. He's aggressive, but he doesn't do dumb stuff.
Yep. He's got good equipment.
And good equipment, good people with him. He's fun to race with. But most of us old guys, we're just doing it because we're having fun. And that's where I am right now, and I think Bill's there too.
Oh, yeah,
It's just fun to go.
And I'm glad to hear there's still racing left on the schedule. Are you guys going to go socialize anywhere else? You going to go to hang out at?
Well, we might go to the snowball or something. I'm talking Bill into trying to bring his car down for snowball. Try it again.
You've done that.
Oh yeah, we've done it.
Yeah.
Well, now we got a competitive car. We could maybe be somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
We went down there the last time. We had a good time, but we were outclassed tremendously.
Yep.
If I'd go back again, I'd want to have. Not saying we had bad equipment and we weren't totally prepared.
Well, we had a 30-year-old car.
Right.
Yes.
And I've got a year and a half old modified now, brand new car we built last year. So.
Yep. Who's all involved with your program, guys? I know you mentioned some folks that are here tonight, some friends that go to the racetrack with you.
Well, Bill sponsored me for 30 years through Wheels. He doesn't know how many, but I won't tell him either. And Bailings helps us out. Tim Bell owns my modified. We built it with the help of Tim. And, obviously Gary and Sue and Mike do a lot with us. Terry tries to keep Bill in line, but that doesn't work. So now it's your turn.
Well, we have LD's Barbecue and Chet Namel's roasted chicken. And
those are very important when it comes to full crew. Make sure they're full.
We try to feed them good.
Yep.
We try to feed them good. And we have GB Restorations and Quality Custom Framing. And, of course, Diamond Racing Wheels pops every now and then for a couple of new tires. So,
what is the latest development in the Diamond Racing Wheels business? What are you building these days that are maybe people may not know about?
Well, our main part of our business is we manufacture rims for other wheel companies, so that's the majority of our business. We still do racing. We do a lot of off-road stuff. We do a lot of Bonneville stuff. We do we do a lot of road race stuff. So, I mean, not just circle track. So we get into a lot of different things. The off-road buggies, we do a lot of those. So we are a big, wide variety of wheels, not just circle track. So
two wheels too? Motorcycle stuff?
We do a lot of motorcycle stuff. We don't manufacture the finished wheel, but if you buy an Indian motorcycle, we probably manufactured the rim for the Indian.
In Milwaukee?
We do that. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they go to other companies that spoke them and chrome them and do all that good stuff. So you buy a custom bike, almost all the custom bike builders buy their blank rims from us.
Wow.
So we do all that. So we build everything from a motorcycle rim all the way up to, big truck and heavy equipment, 24, 26-inch stuff. So we get into all kinds of different things.
That sounds like it's still kind of fun, too.
Oh, yeah. We're one of probably only 3 companies in the whole country that do what we do for the wide variety of product that we manufacture.
Well, keep up the great work so you can go racing. Have some fun with these guys.
Yeah.
and we test them, too.
We do a lot of product testing. I'm an R&D engineer, and everyone thought that was research and development. It's actually race and destroy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my title, R&D engineer.
All right, Sam, for the Twin Bills, Bill Tandetsky and Bill Preetzel, guys, thanks again for coming on the show.
Always a pleasure, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
You bet. Have fun the rest of the season as well. They're racing in the Midwest Championship Showdown at the Dells Raceway Park. We got tickets to give away after the show tonight. You can win these. You can win them next week as well at our show. If you can't make it tonight, we'll have these tickets for you. The race is September 22 and 23, so that's coming up really quick. So we only got one more Tuesday before then to give those tickets away, so make sure you're part of our racing crowd to win those. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and tell you what's going on next week on the show. Right after this on the Racing Roundup Show, live from Polly's Pub and Eatery on this Tuesday night.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest, the 54th running of the Oktoberfest race weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the nation converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including Super Late Models, Sportsman, and double features for the La Crosse Late Models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the Super Late Models in the popular Dick Trickle 99, a 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, it's 3 divisions, including the ASA Midwest Tour Late Models. And then it's the Big 8 Late Models battling for their season championship. Sunday we'll see the vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing. Witness challengers and champions from across the nation battle side by side. It's the 54th annual Oktoberfest race weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Save with a multi-day wristband. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
I'd like to thank our friends at Allied Resource Recovery for sponsoring this portion of the program and every Tuesday night program. Just 2 more left this year. Allied Resource Recovery has 2 locations to serve you and turn your your recyclable metals into cash today. ARR West Dallas Recycling is at 80th and Burnham, and at ARR Waukesha Recycling at 1001 Tesh Court in Waukesha. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com, AlliedResourceRecovery.com. We're going to get to Bill Hollins in the groove next week on our program. I want to thank our racers for joining us tonight. Bill Baylog for joining us here, and the Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Sprint Car Man. He was here, brought some cool bottles to give away as well. Thank you, Bill, for the time and bringing the boys down, Dylan and Cole, to join us on the show. I want to thank Pat Haney. This Sunday is the Hell's Corner Speedway reunion. Sunday, September 17th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get there by 8 or 9 o'clock. The latest if you're bringing a race car to show off. By all means, have some fun there at New Berlin's VFW, 17980 West Beloit Road in New Berlin is the address of the Hales Corner Speedway reunion this Sunday. I want to thank Joe Bongiorno, who's going to be racing the final 2 Dirt Kings late model races on Saturday, September 23rd at Plymouth Dirt Track. That's the Jim Wildman Watson race, as well as the night prior at Sycamore Speedway in Illinois to wrap up the Dirt Kings tour schedule. And also want to thank Bill Tendetsky and Bill Prietzel for joining us tonight. We just heard from them about how much they're having fun racing these days and every day as teammates as they go racing down the road. I want to thank all the race fans who joined us tonight at the show as well. If you're not able to join us for all the show, you're welcome to rewind on our on-demand channel on our Facebook page. We'll post the show right after we're done here. You also can watch it through our website, racingroundupshow.com, and our YouTube channel there. We're going to have 2 more shows left of our 39th season of the Racing Roundup Show, so join the racing crowd for the next 2 Tuesdays here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Next Tuesday night, September 19th, we're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery here at West Dallas. For the Briggs & Stratton Racing Director, Dan Roche is joining us. Racing brothers Cody, Casey, and Brady Vanderloop will be here from Ken Sports. UMA Modified Frontrunner, who just won this past Saturday at Dells Raceway Park. Brett Wakowiash, dirt late model racer Jamie Zyder will be here as well, who works with his racing family business, American Foundation Specialists. Well, we'll have tickets to give away to win for the show tonight and next Tuesday night for the Dells Midwest Championship Showdown, September 23rd and 22nd and 23rd at Dells Raceway Park, and Rockford's big season ender, the National Short Track Championships. We're giving those away as well next week after the show. Until then, set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Like our show on Facebook and share our show with your friends. Follow and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. To listen and watch our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks. Set your DVRs. Have at it, racers.